is doing very well. Okay, I don't know what's happening. I'm very sorry. This is my first time streaming, so yeah. So I'll say that again. What I just said. I don't know if you actually heard me, but Youngkin has 89 cents in the betting odds of winning the gubernatorial election, while Terry McAuliffe sits at 16 cents. Look at that big drop. Over here, Youngkin's in an outstanding position. Of course, it is the rural area's first county, but in Loudon County, McAuliffe leads with 6 points and 83% of the vote in. And this is very good because Republicans just need to break, I don't know, 40% to actually kind of win Virginia. And this is all looking good for Youngkin as of this point. I will say he has an 80% chance of victory right now. And yeah, my prediction might be right. I did say 0-1 Youngkin. And by the way, this is my live streaming channel. My actual channel is Joel Talks Predictions, so make sure you check that out. And so let me try to go to New York Times if I can get this thing to work. Youngkin versus McAuliffe. Alright, so over here. Alright, now let's look at the New Jersey governor. Okay, I don't really know. Let me try going incognito and see if that will work. Youngkin versus New York Times. Polls close. Okay, finally it works. So right now, Youngkin is doing pretty well. Like I said, he leads with about 12 points, but of course, the first votes are mainly from rural areas. Alright, now let's go to the New Jersey results right now. Okay, it's only 1% of the estimated vote, and Phil Murphy leads. I do think it will be Democrat, but I will not make this projection just yet. Or actually, let me go to my Google Slides real quick. I have it over there. Oh, I'm in incognito. Slides. Okay, I'm on slides right now. Okay, let me find my projection. This was my election I made. Let me find my Youngkin and McAuliffe projection. I didn't do any projections yet. I am just putting it when the time is right, and I have made my projection for either candidate. Okay, here I have Youngkin winning and McAuliffe winning. So I'm not making any projections yet. So yeah. Okay, let me go back to the incognito. That incognito. Okay, let me tell you if y'all can hear me well. Okay, I think I have some troubles. Projections yet? I am just putting it. All right. When the time is right, and I have made my projection for either candidate. Okay, the volume's not really loud, so I need to talk louder. Okay. So if it's louder, I apologize for that. So let me go to NBC News and go to that. NBC, Youngkin versus McAuliffe. So right now, everything's basically favoring Youngkin, if I could say. Election results. Alright. So, Youngkin has 55.5% of the vote, while McAuliffe has 43.8%. So we have our exit polls here, and I want to check this compared to the 2020 election with Donald Trump versus Joe Biden. So 2020 election, NBC News. Alright, so we have it over here, decision 2020 election results. Okay, Virginia. We're in Virginia right, or no, not that. Not decision 2021, decision 2020. president. Let's go to the state of Virginia. Now, looking at the exit polls, for males, Trump won with 48. No, Biden actually won the male vote. And right now at 44%, something like that. How much percent? 46 now percent of the vote in. Youngkin leads with 11 points for female. Biden tremendously won it, but now it's edging up. Of course, it is only 46% of the vote. In race, 70, it was kind of for Trump by 8 points right now, with about like 47% in. What up? With 47% in, Youngkin leads massively. With the blacks, Youngkin barely improved. Hispanic and Latino, it kind of dropped, but of course it's only 36%. 46% of the vote in. But overall, Youngkin is really pretty much doing good. He's leading in Virginia Beach with like 17 points, with 42% of the vote in Loudoun County, with 95% of the vote in. McAuliffe leads with like 11 points, and you shouldn't really be sad or anything, because if Youngkin at least keeps it up above 40, his margin, at least if he gets above 40, it will be pretty nice, and that'll be a bit better. So election day votes is 62% for Youngkin. Early in-person votes massively was pretty close, only 3 percentage points away. Early by mail votes, Youngkin McAuliffe leads massively. But of course, in early person votes and mail-in votes are too early, very early, in fact. NBC News, it has too close to call. So I do expect them to make a projection around 11, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Let me check if there's any comments. Okay, there's no comments. Okay, let me see if it's better hearing me. No. Votes are too early. Very early, in fact. NBC News, it has too close to call. Okay. So I do expect them to make a projection around. Okay, I'm gonna speak a bit louder. And yeah, so I don't know really much what to say. We're just gonna have to wait for the votes to come in. The last time a Republican actually won it in the presidency was George Bush. And let's look at how George Bush won the election. So 2004 presidential election, where George Bush defeated John Kerry. So we're going to state of Virginia. Loudoun was red, Virginia Beach, and all these places were red. But George Bush didn't do the best in rural areas. 2008, Obama flipped the state, and he did pretty well in suburban areas. Then in 2012, it was more tighter, but Democrats still had the upper hand. 2016, Democrats had the upper hand. In 2020, Democrats increased by much. Now let's see what happens in the year 2021. And of this right now, I do think, I'm not making any projections, but Youngkin is the favored one. But I cannot make any projections because, of course, this race is too early to call. Of course, McAuliffe could win, especially if he does way more better in Loudoun with the remaining vote. So let's look how many votes were cast in Loudoun in the year 2020. So Joe Biden had about 138,000 votes compared to Trump's about 80,000 votes. So we could expect more votes coming in out of Loudoun unless there's some low voter turnout. In the rural areas, Glenn Youngkin is doing pretty well. And yeah, let me go to Fairfax and see how it's going. Alright, so Youngkin has 27.7. It's not the best, but he could definitely improve. And Prince William, Youngkin has 45.6%, but that is very early. But he's doing pretty well in Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, Suffolk, and basically places around Norfolk. Alright, let me go to the New York Times. Oh, I don't know why it keeps on doing that. I do, but you know. Anyways, let me go to Virginia results. Alright, so we have it over here. A lot. Hopefully you can hear me properly. Hopefully. Now looking at the House of Delegates, Republicans have won a lot of seats-ish. Wait, okay. So, the Republicans have won 19 seats. Democrats have won 3 seats. And 78 seats are undecided. I mean, they're still counting. And we're just going to have to see again. Attorney General of Virginia, Jason Miar is leading. And the Lieutenant Governor, Winsome, I think Sears, is leading. And yeah. Now, size of lead. Let me check here. So Youngkin is doing pretty well. Right now. Let me go to Wayback Machine in the 2020 election. Now you might think I'm crazy, but there's actually a way without actually buying the New York Times election. I mean coverage. No, 2020 Trump versus Biden, and it only can work for this if the election has happened, so you can actually get the election. If you understand what I mean, so you just Control C, and you do it here. Control V, browse history. Then just click on a recent one, and then it'll show you mainly the exact thing. Alright, then you click Virginia. Okay, wait for the load. See, we don't have to even pay. Anyways, let me go to size of lead, let it load. Okay, while that's loading, let's see at the numbers in rural areas right now. I think they're pretty good, but we have to compare these to the 2020 election. Now Republicans need Democrats to shrink these votes. But the 20, okay, over here. So let's look at the county of so let's look at Roanoke right now. Where was it? Okay, over here. Roanoke, the county around Roanoke is fairly well for Republicans as of this point, and same with rural areas. They are looking pretty well for the Republicans. And Shadona County, Youngkin is leading, but of course it is very early. Let me check. Okay, it's 51% of the vote in now. So let's look here. McAuliffe is ever so slightly underperforming. The last example is Fairfax. McAuliffe is at 74% of the advance vote, but our estimate was that he needed 76%. It's early and not much, but it's still adding up. That is very true. So yeah, if they have a needle, that would be great. Let's check if they have a needle. Wait, do they have it? Okay, never mind. Let's go to the Ohio. Okay, that election results, Democrats won, according to New York Times. Let me go here if I can find it. Not that. Virginia Governor, Ohio results over here. Democrats won the seat. I mean, it was a little hard for Republicans to win the seat anyways. But Democrats will win the seat. and it is a projection of mine as well. I do expect and project that Chantal Brown will win Ohio's 11th House district seat. In the Florida results, there's two uncalled um, races. I'm not really concerned about this, but it's good to know those election results. Now in New Jersey, there's some more votes in. 4% vote, not really much, but Murphy heavily leads right now. He's leading in Ocean County. But of course, it is very early to actually even talk about this race. I mean, you could, but it is very early either way. Alright, now it's 54% in. Updated just now. Looking at Loudoun, Democrats still have around an 11-point lead. Okay, let me check the chat. Okay, let me say, can you hear me? If you can't hear me, please say in the chat that you can hear me. So yeah, I hear like that. And right now, make sure you subscribe to my channel. It's Joe Talks Politics and the live channel. Sorry if I delayed this election results. So, there is an independent candidate not really taking much voters. Let me check the predicted market or betting odds. Oh, Youngkin is really leading right now. 95 cents to Democrat 5 cents. It will absolutely go for Republicans if you're looking at Virginia Beach. As a whole, the state of Virginia, I think Youngkin is going to win. I do think. Like my prediction, hopefully I'm right. I said 0-1 Youngkin. Hopefully I am right. And it's looking like that might happen. And the election results are coming in faster than I anticipated. And yeah, places on Norfolk is doing pretty well in Republicans' favor. Roanoke barely any votes in. Fairfax, as you can see here, he needs 76%, and that is not looking like the case as of this point. Northampton County, which have voted left in the year of 2020, is voting right now. Of course, we probably have some more votes to be in. So yeah. So we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens in this election. But right now, I think Youngkin will win, but I cannot be confident. Who knows if McAuliffe does more better in Loudoun and places around Fairfax. Prince William, McAuliffe has a 6-point lead. Let me go to Drudger Report and see what's happening there. Alright, so Dem down in Virginia, Republican landslide. McAuliffe 43.8, Youngkin 55.5. It won't be a Republican landslide, I bet you. It's just the first votes in. But looking at a lot of votes from Loudoun County, Fairfax County, and Prince William, and not really Prince William or Fairfax, but still, looking at some of those votes, Republicans still lead. But of course, there is still a lot more votes outstanding. Alright. Tight Virginia race may be a test of buying popularity. So, here's the thing. If Youngkin does win the race, which I'm pretty sure he might, this is just saying Biden is not doing well. And let me pull up the 2024 presidential map real quick. Alright, let me pull up the 538 approval for Joe Biden. Approval. Oh, my spelling. Who cares about my spelling? Alright, anyways, so it's dipping pretty much. 42.8 approval and 50.8 approval. Sorry, 42.8 approval and 50.8 disapproval. Now, if this is the case, we can end up seeing a likely Republican Texas, or even a leaning Georgia, probably till even a likely Florida, leaning Republican North Carolina, and who knows, even a tilt Democrat Arizona, tilt Republican in Nevada, Arizona, Wisconsin being a lean, Michigan being a tilt, and who knows, Pennsylvania being a lean, and even Virginia being a red state. Right now, Democrats are really declining. It is not the best time for them as of this point in time. Let me see if y'all can hear me. 11. And we'll see how it goes, We'll see how it goes. Let me check if there's or even a leaning Georgia, probably till even a likely Florida, leaning. Alright, so I need to tell you guys something. And who knows? Please increase the volume if you can. Because I don't know, it's been a trouble. I try to connect to my louder microphone. We try, but it doesn't really work. Just increase your volume. It'll probably make it better. I have a feeling the wind, my voice is hitting at you right now. I'm literally directly talking to my microphone. Let me see if it has any problem. I need to tell you guys something. And who knows? Please increase the volume if you can. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. It is really shaky. So, anyways, yeah. Looking at Biden, how he performed in the year 2020, he did extremely well in Loudoun. He ran up the margins in Fairfax, and he won Prince William heavily. If you compare this to 2021, oh, what a change. Look at all these shifts. In Loudoun County, McAuliffe only leads with around 11 points. Not even 11. Like 10.5 points. Okay, now let me go to New Jersey if I can. Okay, now it's of course it did that. Anyways, I can go through here. Okay, now refresh the screen. Okay, do we have any comments? No. No comments right now. Okay, let me say, what are your predictions? What are your predictions as of this point? Alright, you can reply to that. We have 5 people watching so far. Thank you so much. Okay, we have 55% of the vote in. Youngkin's margin is dipping a little, just barely. But he's still maintaining a pretty good lead over former Governor McAuliffe. Loudoun, still pretty much the same margin. Lieutenant Governor looking pretty good. Attorney General, I guess it is pretty good, but we have to see in the Attorney Governor's race. Let me check if it's better now. Oh, 60% of the vote in. Okay, McAuliffe increased by 0.3. Right now, Frederick is favoring McAuliffe. Let's look at how much it voted in 2020. It was a likely Republican, and we still got some more votes in, but of course it would most likely go Republican. Let me check my voice if it's loud. No comments right now. Okay, let me say, what are your predictions? What are your predictions as of this point? Alright, so, I'm sorry, increase the volume. Trying to talk as loud as I can, kind of. 5 people watch. So yeah, in the betting odds, let's check the betting odds once again. McAuliffe increased by 2 cents, I think. Not much. Democrats are looking very good in the New Jersey gubernatorial race. Now I don't know who would bet their money for a Republican to win this race. My hands are getting a little tired from holding this, but it is definitely fine. Now let's go to the New York City mayor election. Eric Adams is looking like he will win this race. He has been pretty solid. I do think he will win. Eric Adams, I believe he will win the race. New York. Hopefully I can get a glimpse of that. Fortunately, no. Okay, I'll just search it up. New York. 2021 election results. Election. Now, this is the thing I don't really like about New York Times. They always block stuff. See, if I click on this, it's gonna say, I don't know. See, it's so annoying. Anyways, do they have it here? Okay, I think they have it here. Let me check. No, of course they don't. But I do think it'll be Democrat. I do think it'll vote Democrat either way. So we have how many people watching? Let's check. Okay, we have 3 people watching so far. GOP wins big tonight. Days later, Democrats amazingly come back. That is very true, man. I agree with you. That is very true. But we're going to have to see if they do. Yeah, it could be very true. Hopefully they don't, hopefully they don't. Let's just pray and hope they don't do that. So if you have any questions, just type it in the comments, and I will probably reply when I have a chance. So it's 7:37 p.m. right now. 7:38 p.m. I think I'm Central Time in Texas. Oh, my eyes. Okay, and votes are coming in a little faster than we have expected, as of what I expected at least. Okay, so let me take another look into Frederick. It's still voting McAuliffe. Republicans would probably win Frederick, but we're gonna have to see. Loudon, about the same. Fairfax, that's not good for Democrats. But hold on, let me check this. Yeah, he needs 74%, but he's dropping so bad. Youngkin has 31% in Fairfax right now, and McAuliffe is dipping. He has 67%. This is bad news. McAuliffe needs 74%. 76, or basically like 76% of the vote, basically. But we still got a lot more votes, of course, in Alexandria, in Arlington, but it could go either way right now, but I do think Youngkin will win still. He has a huge momentum. If you go to Real Clear Politics, Youngkin was leading with 1.7. And if you look at that momentum, Youngkin was leading. Now if you go to 538, pretty much leading Democrat, if I could say. Like they predicted somewhere like Florida being blue in 2020. If you go to momentum, Youngkin starts leading. Eventually to 1 point for Youngkin, and many polls were favoring Youngkin. And yeah, Alright, okay, update just now. We have some more votes, I believe, but not really a big vote. 4 people watching now. Alright, let me refresh. Youngkin starts leading. And remember to go to my actual channel, Joel Talks Predictions, JTP. So it's showing this up when you search my channel. Click on that and it will take you. So, and yeah, you can just click here and just go to my description, and then it will bring you to this election night. Like that, if you don't mind. Right, and check out my videos, my funny video, the 2016 election be like. Okay, that's way too loud. Let me show you. Yeah, it's so funny. So I just wanted to show you that it was pretty funny. We got some mad people in the comments. Trump laws, get over it, big time. Wow. Okay, I don't want to talk about that. And you keep saying it, but it's still not true. What's it like being in a cult? I didn't really quite figure that out, but I do think he's meaning that Trump never won in 2016. If it is, I bet you he probably won. That video did get a lot of views. Come on, guys, we can make it bigger. And yeah, check out all my other videos. I made a lot of predictions, and I had released my final prediction. And if I skip, you'll see my final prediction being
Georgia.
But make sure you check out all these videos, guys. I did put a likely margin for Murphy. It could be a solid. I do think maybe, and a tilt margin for Virginia. Thank you so much, U.S. Election Analysis, for saying great prediction. Thank you. Anyways, okay, let me see. Let me go back to my channel. We'll check. Actually, I'm going to check the Virginia update now. 61% vote in. Excuse me. Not much of a change. Republicans lead in Iowa of Witt County, Suffolk, Chesapeake, and Virginia Beach, which is good. And it is very good, pretty much. No, I'm not making any projections, but if Youngkin wins, I'm going to put this, and if Terry McAuliffe, I will put this. This is the election projections I have made. Now, it's kind of related to CNN's margins. I mean, how do I say it? CNN's like projection, but you know. Let's look at the New York City mayor. I do think he wins. Probably projection, but either way, I still think he wins. Who will win? Virginia's gubernatorial. Look at these margins, man. 97 cents. Look at that margin right now. Youngkin does. I mean, McAuliffe doesn't stand a chance in Virginia Beach. It is looking very, very, very good for Youngkin in places around Norfolk City. Overall, Virginia gubernatorial race. I knew this race would have a lot of momentum. Let me check. Okay, 5 people watching. Someone disliked. Oof. Okay. Anyways. We have 5 people watching. Tell me if you have any questions or concerns. That's probably my voice. These margins, man. 97 cents. Look at that margin right now. Youngkin does. I mean, McAuliffe doesn't stand a chance in Virginia Beach. It is looking very, very, very good for Youngkin in place. Alright, so I don't know if my voice is low. Probably. Keep on checking on this because, you know, it's okay. 7 people watching. So guys who are just coming in, Youngkin is doing pretty well right now. However, his margins are decreasing, but good news, Frederick has flipped now, and Youngkin is favoring right now. I think y'all are just going into different channels. So as an update, please subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe to my other channel, Joel Talks Predictions. This is my main channel, this one, and the other one I'm recording on is my live channel as of right now, if I could say. A look in the New Jersey governor's race. It is coming in very, very, very slowly. But okay, Ocean County did flip back to Satar. It is leading for Satarli, whatever. And yeah, he's pretty much favored to win, if I could say. Ohio results, I already kind of projected. That race will go for Democrats. Florida, not really concerned about that race. New Jersey, New York, I do think that race will go for Democrats, but we'll go for Eric Adams. I think that's his name. But I will not project it yet. 63% voted. Youngkin maintains a lead over the former governor, Terry McAuliffe. Now let's go to the margins. Terry McAuliffe won in his Virginia election. So McAuliffe won with 47.8% of the votes, and with a Libertarian Party really getting a lot of votes. Now let's compare the results to the polls. So let's go to ours. Okay, I'm not gonna close that out. Not this one either, but I'll make a new tab. Got it. RCP. No, not that one. Sorry, McAuliffe. 2013. All right. 2013, he was leading with 6 points, and the only poll that was nearly was Hampton. McAuliffe really got a huge lead, but at the end of the day, it really shrank. Let's look at the viewers right now. Six viewers. Thank you so much. Please subscribe. It really helps. And tell me what you think in the comments below. And I will be right back really quick. And yeah, so I'll leave a screen on this and I'll be very shortly back. Alright guys, I'm back. Okay, sorry about that, I need to use the restroom. But Republicans are doing good right now. Alright, now I want you to look at this momentum. So Democrats were actually taking a lead. They were pretty solid that McAuliffe will win. Then it started to decline. Now they sit at 6 cents, and Youngkin sits at 97 cents. And this will be a little embarrassing for Democrats if they lose this race, because Biden, I think he predicted that McAuliffe will win the race, and Youngkin himself predicted that he would win Virginia. So yeah, right now looking at the views numbers, we have 6 watching now. Please like it. Can you increase the volume? I'm very sorry. I'll try to put this as near the microphone as I can. Hopefully this is better. Let me check if I can improve this a little. Settings. Let me try. Audio. Audio, wait, not that. Alright. Can y'all hear me better? If y'all can hear me better, if you want, if you can, please say it. Wait, no, hold up. Cancel? Okay, I think this is the max I can do. Filters, I guess. Defaults. I'm sorry, Wayne T, but I'll try to fix it. I think you go settings, then audio. Do Navi, I think, apply. Disabled, no. I do think that's how you do it. Okay, it's applied. Can y'all hear me better? Hello? Can y'all hear me? Yeah, I think that's too loud. Let me scoot this a little back. Okay, I don't need to hold that. Alright. Hopefully it's better. I think I need to decrease this a little. Hello? 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 Alright, there. I think it works now. I think it works. Alright, so there you go. I fixed it. Alright, now I don't have to hold it, thank God. Or whatever, okay. Anyways, Youngkin is maintaining a lead so far. And yeah, make sure you subscribe. And looking at the size of victory, Loudoun is not looking good for Democrats. I'm telling you, it is not looking good. Literally, Frederick is more favored, is more better looking than Loudoun County. It is very going good for Republicans. And yeah, I'm looking at an update. If you can't hear me, I think you can. But anyways, I would say Youngkin has I'll put it at 72% chance of victory. It can definitely drop. We're just gonna have to see what happens tonight. And yeah, make sure you subscribe to the channel, mainly my Joel Talks Predictions channel. It's this one once again for an update. And yeah, and my latest video was 2020. Let me get to that one. It was not that one. That was my recent one, but the one about the Virginia election was Youngkin continues to surge in Virginia, and that is what is happening right now. Okay, we have some more results. McAuliffe increasing. He's slowly increasing, but Youngkin's lead is increasing in Bedford. I'm pretty sure I saw it. And Salem and Roanoke too. I forgot. But overall, looking at this map, if it was like this, Youngkin would win, probably. And yeah, over here, McAuliffe is far underperforming his 2013 showing in rural and white parts of southwestern Virginia by as much as 20 percentage points in some places. So McAuliffe was really underestimating or underperforming many things, and Democrats are not in a good position. Let me go to live updates right now. I don't think they have a needle. Of course. Okay, let me go to New York City updates. Okay, anyways, let me go to the 2021 Virginia election. Now, we see Republicans doing good in Trump's base. We see Trump doing good in his base. But over here in like Frederick, Rockingham, whatever here, around Alexandria, Fairfax, Loudoun, Republicans not doing the best. And Republicans are doing better, I can guarantee you. They're doing way better than they did around Norfolk. And yeah, look at how many leaning margins they have compared to now. But of course, it is too early. I would move it to too close to call, maybe. Let me go to see if there's any more if there's any comments. 5 people watching. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, no comments yet. Now no new comments. I'm sorry. Let's go to predict it. Refresh. I think it's still the same. And yeah. Now let's go to a history of how Virginia in the gubernatorial races voted. Tim Kaine won in 2005. Bob McDonnell won in 2009. 2013, McAuliffe won. 2017, Northampton really pushed up the margins. Now in the 2020 race, Youngkin might win. So let me go down. Over here, let me zoom in. So we see this thing going very, let me find it. We see this thing going very tight, but at the end of the day, Youngkin was leading. We see it, Democrats having a decent lead. Then Youngkin took a lead one time, but Democrats kept on winning. Then everything dropped. Youngkin started leading, McAuliffe started leading, and then Youngkin started maintaining and kept on maintaining. Then McAuliffe increased and then dropped. But now I will think a 79% chance of a Youngkin victory. How many people are watching? 4 people are watching. Make sure you subscribe and hit that like button. I'm pretty sure I had that dislike was because of the volume. So yeah. New Jersey gubernatorial race. 11% of the vote expected in. Democrats are favored heavily, I'm pretty sure. And let's see how many times. Okay, so how long? Oh, this is too loud. So we've been here around. Wow, 50 minutes? No. Wow, around 50 minutes. I thought it was only like 20 minutes. So anyways, comment again if you think anything. So yeah, let me go back to let me pull up the New York Times election. 2020, let me do that again. 2021, Youngkin versus McAuliffe. Youngkin versus McAuliffe. And then after I pull up this, I need to tell you guys something, because I heard a lot of people talking about this, and I will pull that up in one moment. No, New York Times. Alright. We're here. Alright, we have it. Now let me go to the 2021 California recall. California recall. Okay, now I have it in Wikipedia. Alright. What's his name? Gavin Newsom won heavily in this race. He really won big. And then if you go to the not this one, RCP, California recall. if you go to RCP, California recall, it was no, do not remove plus 14.5, and out of 1 point, it was yes, remove. Then it started expanding. Then people were thinking this was going to be the same case for the Virginia election, that it will end up being a no, do not remove. But one thing to keep in mind is Virginia is a solid blue state. It is a solid blue state, and it's pretty much very difficult for a Republican to win there in Los Angeles. Look at, not that, size of lead. Look at how much size of leads they have. If you zoom out, you can have a better understanding. You can look at all these leadings. Republicans need to break those leads. And yeah. And Republicans weren't really energized. Democrats took a last moment really energetic. And California is a bit more competitive. Okay, that's not working. 2021. Okay, let me go to incognito. And 2021, Youngkin versus McAuliffe. Alright, so now, hold up. Okay, it's saying working. If I can pull up the map, that would be great. So, I'll do 2021. Let me research that up. 2021 Virginia, Youngkin versus McAuliffe. The New York Times. Versus McAuliffe, and New York Times. All right, 2021 Virginia election results. All right, okay, there. Now we have a county map. Of course, it won't work. Let me pull that up into a new tab. Let me try to do it in a public tab. It's like a game. You have to try to break the code. It's like a breakout. But I know there's some way it'll work. It worked last time. There, finally it worked. I think we're gonna have to flip-flop. Looking at our YouTube video, YouTube live stream, we have 5 people watching. And please subscribe, it really helps. Alright. It is 8:03 p.m. Let me search, let me go, okay, let me check over here, what's going on here. Here are the latest results in Virginia's governor race. Youngkin is maintaining a solid, not solid, but a lead. He is maintaining a lead. And with 100% of the vote in these 3 counties, they are doing well, if I could say. It would be better, though. Wait, hold up. Nah, that's pretty much good for Republicans. Let's compare this margin in 2021 and 2020. So, Virginia, where was it? Blank? I think it was Blank County. Voted 83.4% for Trump and 15.3% for Biden. Now, with that same county in Virginia, with 100% voting, Youngkin improves a little. Who knows if that's a sign that Republicans are going to improve. I can believe 2 more counties in that thing. Let me find that. All right, that was King and Queen County at 35% for McAuliffe and 65% for Youngkin. Let's compare that in 2020. King and Queen County, that was a little tight, and Youngkin did improve. And there was one last county that was 100% in, I believe, and that was Richmond County, 70% for Youngkin and 29% for McAuliffe. Excuse me, now let me find that. Where was that? Richmond County,
61.2% for Trump and 36% for Biden. And compare that to this, Youngkin did improve. So and let me go to Danville County, 46. Oh yeah, that is 100% reporting. 46% for Youngkin, and 53 for McAuliffe. Let me check that in the map. Republicans increased a lot, man. Look at these shifts. 60.4 for Joe Biden and 38.3 for Trump. Now look over here at these margins. Now this is basically proving that, literally McAuliffe's only campaign strategy, not only, but was basically to say Youngkin was Trump and to get all the liberal voters and Trump haters and whatnot. And we see it's not really the best thing, and it's not really working for McAuliffe. And if he loses, it will be a major embarrassment, if I could say. And I think he will blame Biden. If I showed you his approval rating, it is not the best. And let's go to Stanton City, however you pronounce that. It voted barely for McAuliffe, I could say. 51% for McAuliffe and 48% for Youngkin. A 3-point difference. Let's check how it voted in 2020. It voted heavily Democrat. Wait, is it this county? Let me check. No, that was the wrong county. Okay, that voted like a 9.9% difference. And we see it going Republican. Not Republican. Shifting heavily for Republicans. So yeah. And let me check if there's any more. Alright. That small county in between of Biloxi and Montgomery City, or whatever county, is Radford City. Youngkin is winning, and he won Radford City. He has 54% to McAuliffe's 45%. Compare that in the year of 2020. Biden won it with a couple of points, a lot of points. Now we see it voting Republican by pretty much a lot. Hold up. Alright, so yeah. So we see everything favoring Youngkin right now. He is favored right now. Even in 100% voting counties, we see Republicans improving than 2020. Let me go back here. Okay, let me decrease the volume. Oh, 3 likes. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. 7 watching now. Thank you. Oh, 13 subscribers. Thank you very much. And yeah. And make sure you subscribe to my other channel. And yeah, this is my main channel again. So, and you can just click this to link, tell your family members, your friends or whatever to come join us and watching and basically reviewing this election. So, we're just gonna have to wait. Okay, let me go to Drudger Report, see what's happening over there. Drudger Report. No, it's not going to be a Republican landslide, I bet you. But Youngkin does lead. So yeah. Let me go to NBC News. New Jersey's governor race. Okay, we got some more counties. 16% of the estimated vote in. Something like that. Let me go to New Jersey on the map of 2020. Let's look at Ocean County. So if he wants to even have a shot of winning, he needs to do pretty well there. Right now, he is leading. But I think he will do a bit more better than Trump, but not really a lot. So yeah, let me go to, okay, not that one. You can just close that out, just so you can close out. Alright, this one. We got more votes in. 69% voting. And Youngkin is maintaining a lead. He is maintaining a lead in places. Also in places around Radford, he is maintaining a lead. And who knows, a red Roanoke. And it's getting very tight. But of course, we have a lot of vote, I'm pretty sure, left at Roanoke. Let's see how much of vote in 2020. Yeah, we still got more votes, but we're going to have to see what happens. Yeah, so comparing this map to this map, if this is a dramatic change, even looking at this map, Loudoun County. I haven't checked that in some time. Let me do some math here. Let me take this phone. Let me take my phone and do the math. Alright, so let's check. Anyways, let's check the difference. Let me pull up the calculator. Alright, so McAuliffe has 54.7 of the current vote right now. And if you minus that from Youngkin's lead, that gives a 9.9 lead for McAuliffe. Now, don't be scared if you are a Youngkin supporter that McAuliffe is going to win. Loudoun County Republicans, as I said before, I'm pretty sure just need to be above 40, but they need to crack a little to win, probably. Let me check NBC News. Loudoun is okay. Oh, I got a little scared for a second. Let me go to here. Right. Okay, so Loudoun is still at 95% of the vote in. So Republicans have kind of more room to grow. But we're just going to have to see if they can crack the margin. I think they are right now, but Fairfax is not looking good for Democrats. Their lead is decreasing. So we still got some like 29.8% more of a vote. And yeah. Okay, looking at over here. Okay, male Republicans are leading. Female, it's pretty tight. Not really tight. For the whites, we see Youngkin doing way better than Trump. Blacks, 11%. Hispanics, he has 30%. And gender by race. White men, 66% Republican. White woman, 58% Republican. But black men and women are for Democrats. And all other races are favoring Democrats and Latino women. So, in the kind of youth-ish, 18 to 21, 29, there wasn't really a big gap, but some gap, but it wasn't really big. Now, 30 to 44, it was tied. 45, 64, Youngkin leads, and 64 are over. Now, over here, these are probably going to be in this area group, parents that are concerned about their children or whatever. And it's being tied in Republican leads. Now, if you go to the same exit poll, let's see if what I just said was true. And that is true because look at this. The numbers were huge for Joe Biden. 45-64 wasn't really that huge, but still. Now, it is increasingly big for Republicans. Not increasingly. It has increased for Republicans, which can show that the school and like the economy stuff really matter in Virginia, and Youngkin is improving. And in the age group of 18 to 29, we see only Democrats have like a 7-point lead or so. Now, in the year 2020, they had a massive lead. But we still got some more vote in, like I said earlier. How many people do we have now?
Which can show that.
Alright, let me decrease this or stop this. Alright, 4 people watching. Alright. So let me give you a reminder. Please subscribe to my channel. And yeah, go to my other channels too. We started streaming 69 minutes ago. So now let's talk about the debates. Youngkin pretty much did good in the debates, if I could say. He dominated. I don't know if I could say dominated or did good in the school topics. And school topics are a hot zone in in Virginia. Excuse me. Alright, so now let's look at what best describes your education. Never attended college. Vote is voting for Youngkin currently. Attended college but no degree, McAuliffe. Associate's degree, McAuliffe. Bachelor's degree, McAuliffe. And over here, that's a long reading. Okay, an advanced degree after a bachelor's degree, such as a JD, MA, MBA, MD, or PhD, 17%. Now, these are basically youth vote, so of course you could expect a Democrat lead, but it's the parents probably that are, of course, they're voting, and that could really make Republicans lead. Now, income. Under 30,000, of course, Democrats, 30,000 to 49,000 Democrats, 50,000 to 999,000 Democrats, and basically above this, Republicans start leading. But still, we got a lot more votes to go. No matter how you voted today, do you usually think of yourself as a Democrat? 96% and 4% for Republicans. Republican, 34%, 9% for Democrats, and 90% for Republicans. Now, independent or something else voted mainly for Democrats. This matter, Democrats probably won, but we still got lots of more votes. We have to see. Alright. So in the military, yes, Republicans was winning, and 38%, Republicans had. So mainly, people started. 74% was before September, and that was a time where Youngkin wasn't really leading. So that's kind of favoring Democrats, but over here, choose one of the blah blah blah. Racial inequality, 93% for Democrats. Coronavirus, 84%. Economy, Republicans. Crime and safety, Republicans. Healthcare policies, Democrats. Hold on. So this was in 2020. Now, if you compare all of this to 2021, we basically see Republicans improving. Okay, let me go here. Any new people watching? Okay, we got one more. Please subscribe. And what I just said was for 2020. I'm sorry about that. Now let me go to 2021. Okay, now men with children, Republicans. Women with children, Democrats. Men without children, Republicans. And women without children, Democrats. Now, basically, women voted for Democrats and men voted for Republicans. White evangelical or born again Christian. Yes, heavily voted Republican. No, somewhat heavily voted for Democrats. Does anyone in your household own a gun? Yes. 56% said yes, and mainly they were Republicans. No, mainly they were Democrats. Now, do you think the condition of Virginia's economy is excellent? Of course, Democrats did that. Good, of course, Democrats voted that. Not so good, of course, the Republicans would vote that. And poor, of course, Republicans are voting that. And this is showing that Youngkin has a pretty good lead right now and what's happening. Do you think the condition of... Okay, we kind of went over that. And Youngkin's margins were pretty much better. And like we were looking at in 2020, these exit polls were not looking good. These were not looking good for Trump. Now in 2021, we see a larger victory. A larger favorable or whatever rating for Glenn Youngkin. Um. Okay, only Youngkin do you have a favorable rating of. He is leading, if I could say, 49%. Well, who do you trust with the economy? Youngkin is leading. Who do you trust will handle a barrel con? Only Terry McAuliffe or both of them, 46%. Only Youngkin or neither of them. Youngkin, 52%. So, yeah, there's a lot of exit polls. But Youngkin is doing way better than how Trump performed in the exit polls in 2020. No, I think we have to have some more updates. So right now, looking at Rockingham, all these places, these are voting more Republican than it was in the year 2020, if you can see, and all these things. Now with 71% of the voting, Youngkin is still leading with a pretty good margin. But of course, it is tightening up. Who knows if Youngkin wins with above 1 point? But we're still going to have to see. I'm not confident, but I do think Youngkin will win the race. My neck is a little paining, but anyways. Okay, Democrats won 10 seats so far, and Republicans won 31. 6 watching now. So tell me if you have any comments. Now I am projecting my forecast. Youngkin has 80% chance of victory. I'm increasing it from 72 to 80. His margin is pretty much staying the same in Virginia. He pretty much has a kind of solid lead right now, but of course, we still got a lot more vote to go in Nova. I might change my forecast, but right now I am putting it at this. Eastern time, it's 9:22. Right now in CDT, it's 8:22. Loudoun, not good for Democrats. Fairfax, not the best. And not really good. They need to get like 76%, and they don't even have 10 minus that. I'm pretty sure. New Jersey, you can go to New Jersey. New Jersey election results. It's getting a little closer. To 21% of the expected voted. It's only like a six point difference. But of course, we got a lot more votes in. Left to go. Ohio, I have projected this seat for Democrats. Same with NBC News. Florida, I'm not really paying attention to that, but it's still uncalled, and it's not really called for me. It's not called for me. So for election day voters, they voted 60% for Youngkin in the update, I think so, and 40% for McAuliffe, with 71% voted. And the votes were mainly from election day voters as of right now. Who knows if the rest of these votes are? Let me check. Okay, so the estimated remaining vote is 930,000 votes. Now let's check what are the margins Youngkin leads. He leads with about 200,000. So he needs to win some of those votes. I expect a lot of them to be mail-in ballots. It's only 6% of the vote in. So this race could go for McAuliffe too, if you look at the actual numbers. So thinking about that, I will put it for 70% chance for Youngkin. I'm not really confident, but I still think Youngkin will win. But we're gonna have to see. It might be very close. Who knows? So anyways, early in-person voters, 17% of the votes now. McAuliffe leads with 11. Early by mail-in votes, 7%. McAuliffe has 77%, and Youngkin has 22%. He is doing pretty good. McAuliffe in the early mail votes. So yeah, but we still got some more early in-person votes and election day votes. And who knows if Republicans can break a victory in the early person votes. Let's see if we can find that in the year 2020, if it showed us if the early voting now. I don't know if it will show us that. But let's look at how Biden won the election. He cracked a lot of margins in Fairfax, in Loudoun, in pretty good places. He won Virginia Beach. He did very well. And it doesn't look like McAuliffe is doing the same. Now, margins are decreasing once again. Who knows if it's going to be very close. I do think it probably will. So, with 74% voted, now Youngkin has about a 300,000 vote lead. And the margins, let me calculate that real quick in my phone. Alright, see, 54 minus 50, 45.4. Okay, that's a plus 86 victory for Youngkin as of this point. I will change my forecast, or no, I will keep at 70% chance. I do think that is a bit reasonable. Let me check if there's a needle. 2021. Youngkin versus needle. Ugh. Alright, I don't think so, but let me click on this. Election day vote, Virginia, first votes, Sterling. Yes, that is true. Alright, so they projected that Eric Adams was going to win the New York American seat. And I already knew that, and I'm projecting it right now. Eric Adams will win. The Democrat will win New York mayor seat. It was pretty much expected. He was leading in predicting, I'm pretty sure. Now, let's look at the governor's race in Virginia and how things stand. It's still solidly for Youngkin right now. Massively, actually. So I will increase my forecast. It's going up and down for 75% for Youngkin and 25% for McAuliffe. However, it's going to drop and come back down. It's probably going to drop once more votes come in Alexandria, and probably predicted as well. So again, make sure you subscribe and subscribe to my other channel, Joel Talks Predictions. And yeah, please like, and this is my first live video that I'm doing. And yeah, so alright, Surrey County is voting Youngkin right now. It voted to the left. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So I think Youngkin's gonna flip a lot of counties. See, look at these around Norfolk. These are all blue counties. Then switch back to Republican counties. So let's go to the 2016 presidential election when Hillary Clinton, or not this one. Let's go back to the 2016 presidential election when Donald Trump defeated Hillary Clinton, the secretary, before. Now let's go to Virginia. Let's look at the counties. Republicans did really perform solid in these areas, but they broke out pretty much a lot in Loudoun, Prince William. Republicans, it would be good if they won Stafford, and they are leading more than they were in 2016. And Suffolk was actually blue back then, but now it's voting Republican. Montgomery right now is Republican. Radford is Republican right now, but back then it was Democrat. And Republicans are doing pretty much better than what they were doing in 2016. But it's maybe gonna come down to the wire. We have to see, and whatever happens. All right. Any updates in the New Jersey election? Let me go to New Jersey. Or actually, I'll keep that up because it's good to analyze what happened in the 2020 election. It's very early, but Republicans are trailing Phil Murphy with around 6 points, or 5. With 6% of the early vote, Satarli leads with 2. In election day voters, Satarli, however you pronounce that, leads. The mail-in ballot, Murphy really leads. And yeah, so let's take another look in the Virginia election. Youngkin still leads with 74% of the vote reporting. Now basically as not this one. Anyways, it's gonna glitch like that, whatever. Basically, as Youngkin starts to go down, the Attorney General's race, the Lieutenant Governor race starts to go down as well. But Glenn Youngkin is leading, though. He is leading. And I think Radical Politics is live. Let me check his forecast real quick. What are they saying? Alright, look at all that red. Okay, I'm not going to really talk about that, but wow, look at all that red. That is the rural vote. Let me go back to mine. That is the rural vote. That's all that red. So it doesn't really matter, like, if they win all these like they did in 2020. It just matters in big votes areas like Virginia Beach, places around Norfolk, and places in Alexandria. Let me zoom in. So looking at the 2020 election, Alexandria voted like 66,000 votes, and Arlington. It didn't have much votes like Fairfax, but it still carries votes. Now let me pull up that election or Georgia report. Okay. Dems, okay. It increased. Alright, Youngkin viewed more fairly than Trump, of course. Let me click on that. Yeah, that's pretty much obviously. Let me go to the 2021 Youngkin versus McAuliffe, New York Times. So now let me talk about what's gonna happen if Youngkin wins. It's gonna probably be a bad sign for Democrats, of course. Let me pull up the 2020 presidential election. Democrats won big this election cycle. They flipped Georgia, they flipped Arizona, and they flipped a lot of states. And if you go to Georgia, people go to Georgia. Decision 2021. Election results. Let me find it. Georgia. Georgia runoff. Do you have Georgia runoff? Alright. So Warnock won by a huge margin, 2 points. And in Georgia's other Senate, Ossoff won as well, with around like 1.2 points. So 2021 was a favorite Democrat year. Now it's crashing if Youngkin wins the race. So if Youngkin wins this race, Democrats are gonna not this race. If they lose this race, they'll start to go down. Oh, I already have New York Times pulled up. Never mind. Okay, my neck is a little starting to hurt. So, there's not really much to say now. We're gonna have to wait for more votes to come in. Let me look at the chat. Any new comments? No new comments. And if you want, you can just talk and tell me something. We can get a conversation started, and I can answer your questions or whatever. But yes, maybe Youngkin will win, but I am not confident. But I do think he might win. But we're gonna have to see. We're really gonna have to see. McAuliffe could win. Load it, not this. Let me put it next on YouTube. Okay, we need this tab. We need this tab. This we need that tab. I'll put that at the end. No. Not really. Actually, fine. Okay. No. I mean, yes. No. No. That's useful. And yeah. So we're gonna have to wait for more votes to come in. Republicans are flipping a lot of counties they had lost in 20, and they're winning a lot of counties they lost in 2016 and in 2020. And yeah. By the time it reaches 80% of the vote in, I do think Youngkin's margin will drop to maybe 6, 7. And that's not the end. And at that pace, who knows, Youngkin might win. And yeah. You're either going to basically see this or this. Who knows? Let's go to... Do you think Youngkin might drop a little? Okay, no. Okay, Democrats increased by 1 cent, but that's not enough. I'm pretty sure it was like that. But we can see them skyrocketing. Republicans, they're betting their own money for this, and look how many they're betting for. Youngkin. So Democrats are starting to drop in New Jersey, like the betting odds. But of course, Democrats would probably lose in... what am I saying? Democrats would probably win in this race. Who will win Virginia's party? Okay, yeah, Republicans are leading. Of course. Two people watching now. Alright. Okay, just updated now. Now 76% of the vote in. Youngkin's margin is dropping, but we're going to have to see how it goes. Youngkin's margin, McAuliffe's margin is really dropping in Fairfax and in Prince William, if I could say. And basically southeast of Virginia is favoring Republicans as of this point. Lieutenant Governor is looking for Sears Attorney General. Maybe we're gonna have to see about that. So I made 2 projections so far. The New York mayor race, the election in in New York I made a projection, Ohio I made a projection, and the rest we're gonna have to see, mainly in Virginia, New Jersey. But it's pretty much expected. Murphy was when I have him at 90% chance of victory, probably even 95. I doubt all my money. If I had money, that he would probably win. Okay, is there any 100% president reportings? Oh, so actually they're not done with King and Queen County. They changed it. They're not 100% reporting now. So no counties I think are not. They're not 100% reporting. However, they have all the counties in the map right now. They have filled all the counties in the map, but they still are yet to be more votes. There's still more votes left to count. Let me go to percent chance of winning. Virginia. Percent chance of winning. Virginia. Youngkin versus McAuliffe. Alright, so Harvard Political Review has a forecast with a 52.1 Youngkin and 47.9 McAuliffe, and that seems reasonable as of this point. Images. So a lot of the polls were favoring Youngkin. As you can see, I do think this race would probably come down the wire. Let's go to Florida. Oh, I closed that out. Okay, let me go to NBC Virginia election. Where is this? Not that one. Alright, Florida. Let's go to Florida. It's still uncalled. With 80% of the vote in, though. It's pretty much too close to call. 48%. Jay Mayer's 57.8 and G Musselwhite 42.2. I'm not really concerned about this race. Like I said before, we have 4 people watching. Say your comments in the chat, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Alright, Boston's the first woman mayor in historic race. Let me check that race if I can project it. Yeah, that's pretty much a projection to make. I do think she... okay, it's not working, but based on everything, I do think she might win. I'll maybe projection a bit. In fact, I'm not going to exactly project it yet, but we're going to have to see maybe in a bit. So... in elections, it's pretty clear who's going to win. In Boston, yes, I am projecting that Michelle will win. Let me check if other news projected it. Wu wins. Or actually, hold up. Let me check on the race. Okay. Alright, so I guess I'm not really sure wins Virginia. I'm not really sure. I don't know if I can project that yet. Actually, but Minneapolis, it's clearly that he's gonna win, but I will probably project in a bit. Democrats are leading in like other races like Boston, Minneapolis, and New York. Of course, I already projected New York. New Jersey, I didn't project that yet. 30. Okay, wait. Okay, let me go to New Jersey. With 31% voting, Satarli has taken the victory. He has taken the victory. I doubt he would win, but if he wins, that's a blowout. That's really a big blowout, if I could say. The Republicans are doing pretty well in Ocean County. And yeah, probably it will be around 8 points or so, 12, somewhere around there. Murphy will win. We have 5 people watching. Make sure you subscribe. And yeah, Let's Talk Election is live. I'm gonna stop. He is live. Alright. So make sure you subscribe to Joe Talks Predictions, my primary channel. And yeah, we're gonna have to see the elections coming. Alright, now 80% of the vote in. Now let me compare the difference and see if I was right. I said like around 6 points or so. 53.2 minus 46.1 equals 7.1. I was somewhat right. And this is clearly favoring Youngkin. With 80% of the vote in, it is still going for Youngkin, but we still got some more votes. It would be better if they said how much votes were reporting in places around like Alexandria, but I'm pretty sure NBC News has it, and you don't literally have to pay. Pretty sure. Alright, so Alexandria has 30.4% in. Arlington has at 94% in, or 95, whatever. Fairfax 86. Loudoun, Prince William. So this is favoring Youngkin. He's leading, and I'm changing my forecast another time. My forecast is now 82% chance, or actually 85% chance of Youngkin win. In the New Jersey race, the Virginia race, they have some votes in Arlington, and it will carry some votes, but I think Youngkin will win at the end of the day. But of course, we still got some more votes, and who knows if the forecast needle will go down. Let's go to predict it. Okay, it decreased for Democrats a bit. Or, well, I'm pretty sure Republicans still lead massively. Like, when I mean massively, I really do mean massively. And now the New Jersey governor's race is coming into play. Who knows if that's going to be Republican? I doubt. But if it does, I don't know what to say to myself. I literally will think, who knows, of red Delaware in 2024. But it is increasing for Republicans, though. I'll tell you that. So that could signal, who knows, a +5 Virginia, New Jersey, which is still in the likely margin I predicted. But I said around like 10, 12. But it could be 6. It is, and still the likely margin I predicted-ish. So we're going to have to see. Speaking of the New Jersey race, let me go back. 32% voting. Sattarly is increasing his lead. But we still got mail-in ballots to do. Jersey City and Newark has barely any votes in. If I could say. 6 watching now, so make sure you type what you think in the comments or whatever. And yeah, subscribe and like. I'm just giving another update. Youngkin is leading. Now it is, okay, is it 8? Let me check again if it's updated. Okay, it's not updated yet, I believe. But Republicans are pretty much favored as of this point in time. I'm making a projection I made a projection in New York, and I did a projection in Ohio. And the next projection is probably Boston. If I could review the Boston race, but it's not letting me. Boston 2021. Oh, it's not working. Let me switch it up. Boston 2021 election. Alright, they have it. Michelle Wu would probably win. Did they already project her? No. I don't think they projected. I think she won. I think she's gonna win. I guess I will project. But I need to see live update and results from Boston. Okay, I'm not making projections yet, but in Minneapolis, I do think I have a projection in Minneapolis that Jacob Frey will win. I do think he might. Let me check if other people's projects. Frey wins. He's pretty much favored. I could make a projection. But it will be an early projection. But I do think he'll win. I'm making a projection, probably, maybe that he will win, but I might change right now, but we're gonna have to see. I do think he will win, though. I do think he wins the race. So pretty much I kind of projected Minneapolis, New York, and Ohio. Those are all Democrat victories, I'm pretty sure. Our Republican leads in Virginia, which means too close to call. Alright, so right now it is too close to call. Alright, in Ohio, Mike Carey wins. And I guess I'll make that projection. 15 points is enough. I'm projecting Mike Carey will win the seat. So there's a lot. So one Democrat won Ohio special, and another Republican. So I'm making another projection. There's a lot of projections to make, but the clear, obvious ones we can actually, project. Okay, Phil Murphy has taken the lead. And yeah. Okay, looking at an update. Oh, not that one. Or actually, hold up. Okay, let me check on the live stream. 5 watching now. Oh, 4 likes. Thank you very much for 4 likes and thank you so much. Tell me what you think in the comments below. I think it will be a 72% chance of the Youngkin. It is tightening up a bit. Still, 72 is a large margin for Youngkin. The Attorney General is tightening up a bit. It could be a Democrat victory, but we're going to have to see. So basically we just have to wait for the votes to come in. And while we wait for the votes to come in, I'm going to pull up a map. I'll do the 2022 governor's map. So I'm going to apply my prediction in the map. So I'm applying my prediction in the map. I did say Virginia would be a total Republican, and New Jersey would be a likely Democrat. Now, if this were to happen, let's finish this prediction. Idaho, Wyoming, South Dakota. These states will be for Republicans. Or not. Kansas would, but it probably wouldn't be safe. I do think these states will probably be safe, which is 15 points or above. And pretty much Vermont and Massachusetts. And if Sununu runs, it'll probably be a likely or even a safe. But if he doesn't run, it could be different. So I'll keep that for the end. For Democrats, you have Oregon, California, Illinois, Maryland, Hawaii, and New York, and that's it. No, likely Republican states. Do you think Abbott will win? But a likely Iowa, Ohio, pretty much South Carolina and Alaska. You could put South Carolina in the safe margin. I do think DeSantis could win in that margin. I do think he'll win with barely. I think it'll be close though. Barely like 4 points more than that, a little. Now for Democrats, likely margins: Connecticut, Rhode Island, possibly even the lead in Connecticut. It was pretty much close in I think 2018, but I won't put it in the likely margin. I think it'll be close a little. New Mexico and Colorado would probably be likelies, and the state of Minnesota. Now, leaning Republican states: Georgia, probably a tilt. Florida would be a leaning. Kansas would be a leaning. And that is it. Democrats, they have Maine. I do think that would be a likely, actually. But Michigan would be a leaning. Gretchen is pretty much good. Nevada, probably. No. If Virginia is red, it'd probably be tilt. Who knows? Tilting Republican states: Georgia, Arizona, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. Republicans have proved themselves in 2021, and this is if Youngkin wins. For Democrats in Nevada and New Hampshire could remain a toss-up. It just depends if Sununu runs. If he does, it's probably going to be safe. If he doesn't run, it could end up being a leaning or even a tilt Democrat. So now let's go back to the map. Okay, 82% voted. Democrats may be poised for big disappointment in Virginia, but they do seem likely to hold on in New Jersey, even though the Republicans lead at the moment. Virtually all the reported vote is from Republican areas. So he's basically saying Virginia is not looking good for Republicans. So, I mean, yeah. New Jersey, I said before, that's probably going to be Democrat. We have 4 people watching, and please comment and tell me what you think. Thank you for 4 likes. And yeah, so I'm going to go to Target Early, which is basically the early vote in Virginia. 1,137,656 votes were cast. And you know, Republicans are maintaining a lead, but we're still gonna have to see. Alright, 4 people watching. Virginia currently sits at 82% in, and Youngkin has pretty much a good lead over McAuliffe. Who knows if it could end up being above 1 point. But, you know. A red Virginia will look, thinking about it, a red Virginia would look kind of weird on the map. Imagine looking like at, I don't know, just a random 2024 presidential map. Let's make a random prediction. I don't know, maybe Ron DeSantis. So Ron DeSantis goes against probably. Okay, let's just assume Kamala Harris runs. It's pretty much impossible Biden's gonna run. So let's just say, okay, DeSantis wins this. Well, actually, let's do a moderate. Let's do Glenn Youngkin. Presents. He's pretty popular in Arizona. I mean, in Virginia, and he runs for president. He'll win these with probably safe margins. He'll probably win these with plus 15. Kamala would probably win these with plus 15. Not New Jersey. Probably Maryland. Connecticut, maybe. But I do think these will be the safe. Maybe not Connecticut. I think Youngkin's that kind of moderate that could get those, you know. It's not really like Trump. Now, likely Republican voters, likely states, probably Texas, I do think it will end up being like 4.9 for Youngkin. I do think it will barely stay in the leading column. It'll be a leading column. South Carolina, Maine, 2nd District, Alaska, and yeah. All right, Democrats, New Mexico, Colorado. They're not going to have Virginia if Youngkin wins and he is the governor. Wins, he's the governor, and he's popular. They're not. So New Jersey, Delaware, Connecticut. Yeah. And then maybe, no, that's a safe. I think Maine would be a lean, maybe. And yeah, that's it. Leaning, the obvious ones are Texas. Florida, you could put into likely. I do think he'll probably be a lean. Probably 4 points, so, for Youngkin. And who knows if it's going to be a red, leaning Arizona, because Youngkin's pretty much a moderate. I expect him to win with 0.9. In Arizona, even, I think Wisconsin would be a lean. And I do think he could end up winning Virginia with a leaning if he manages to be popular enough. But I will keep it until Minnesota's leaning Democrat, Maine is, and that is it. Now, till Republican states, it would be Michigan, it would be Pennsylvania, it would be Virginia, Georgia, Arizona. I think you can put that until. I think it put exactly 1 point for Youngkin. And I think Youngkin is pretty much fit for New Hampshire. Biden is underwater in polling. I do think Kamala would win the tilt in Nebraska's 2nd District. It's pretty much urban. And this brings a huge landslide for Glenn Youngkin. And if he wins this race, it's going to be a Republican landslide in 2022. I bet you. Last updated was 2 minutes ago. Okay, we got some new votes in. Youngkin maintains a pretty good lead. We have 3 people watching. And yeah. Let's check predict it, another update. Alright, Republicans still lead, Democrats are trailing heavily. What was I going to do? Okay, Georgia report. Dem goes down, Biden bruised results. Republicans take Virginia. Wait, what? Wait, did they project it? Wait. Then why did he say Republicans take Virginia? Press party. Okay, I don't know why he's saying that. Who knows if he's projecting that Youngkin wins Virginia. Okay, now let's go to the CNN map in Virginia. No, not that one. Let me go back to Georgia report. Republicans take Virginia. Okay, they didn't project that he would win it. Well, look at this map. It looks like something is missing. And you know what that missing is? Like there should be some Democrat area here, right? Well, that's not there anymore. Go to Virginia. It used to be over here, Montgomery, Roanoke, these areas. But it disappeared. Look. See, no Republican counties, no Democrat county is over here. It's just all Republican besides with the exception of Roanoke City, which is pretty a little close. And Republicans are doing pretty good right now. So yeah, and they're doing good in places around Norfolk. I could say Lieutenant Governor, around the same margin. But it's getting a little closer. Attorney General, that's a little bit more closer. Herring is the incumbent right now. Youngkin has a 162,000 vote lead. It could go down ones like places like Alexandria have more votes than everywhere. Basically in Nova. I'm getting a little tired, but I'll try to say more. Hopefully I can make my projection. Same with New Jersey. I don't think anyone is making a projection right now. Basically, everything is too close to call. New Jersey, pretty much too early to call. It's going up and down. And like the thing said, mainly Republican counties are being voted. And yeah, New York mayoral candidate, Mark Adams delivered a speech. Yeah, he did win, and that is a projection for me as well, of course. Also check time. Or actually, okay, so let's see what they say. Let me reduce the volume.
To making the most of this gym membership day.
I'm here for moral support. You're doing great, Tammy.
The new City Custom Cash Card automatically adjusts to where
Let's see
your
what they
spending is
say
headed.
about this race.
A longtime Democrat. Governor Wilder,
Alright.
first of all, it's good to see you. You look great. I really am glad to have you
So
here.
you have 83% and
I don't
Youngkin
know
leading
if
right
you
now.
caught our coverage about 2 minutes ago when I was walking through sort of the simplest explanation of what I think happened here in
It's pretty much lagging right
Virginia.
now.
Rural turnout in the red areas,
That's
huge,
true.
and the Democratic turnout languishing a little bit. What do you see, sir?
Okay, before I continue, that is being very true because compared to the 2020 election, there's a lot of turnout for Republicans in Trump's base, and over here it's not really looking good for Democrats. Let me continue.
Didn't see it, but it's good to be with you, Chuck, and Kirsten, to both of you. But I have said this, Chuck, and you know I've said it on a number of occasions, but I've repeated it this time. No Democrat is going to win a statewide office in Virginia without strong African American support.
Okay,
Simple
yeah, that
as
is
that.
pretty true.
Why? Because it's a fact. That being the fact, then you get to the next question. What did Terry McAuliffe do to earn that vote?
Oh yeah,
And that
yeah.
support. And I've asked that question on any numbers of occasions. You do know that Terry McAuliffe was the first person to call for the resignation of everybody because of blackface. So that's race
Yeah,
insinuated
yeah.
into the equation.
And that can really
The
hurt
term
him.
governor was black. Terry McAuliffe called for him to resign, said he was guilty without saying guilty, but as the governor of the state, you're going to not believe in due process of law.
So if he wants to win the black vote, it can be very hard for him, like the video just said. And of course, I'm pretty sure that person said is pretty much right. 85% of the vote, and things are getting a little tighter, but Youngkin still maintains a pretty good lead. This is pretty much a good night for Republicans. So yeah, it'll probably maybe be a lead right now. But my prediction was, I do think it'll be 0.9. I'll say I have my prediction now. But we're going to have to see what happens. We still have 15% more of the vote to go. And it could definitely flip. The table could very much flip. And I will be right back. We'll leave it on the 2021 Virginia, but I'll be right back. Alright, everybody, I am back. And things are looking good for Republicans. That's all I have to say. I have it. I'm changing it to a 90% chance of a Youngkin victory. And I think he will win by above 1 point, above +1. My prediction was 0-1. I cannot change that. But we're gonna have to see. We surely are gonna have to see what happens. But either way, if you predicted Virginia would go red, you know. And we still got some more votes left. 487,000 votes are left. So you can't be confident that Youngkin will pull off the victory. However, it is kind of expected that he will win. McAuliffe needs to take, 3/4 of that or so to win. But I think it will be a little tight. But we're going to have to see. All the time, we're going to have to see. Let me check the news. Let me check Georgia report. Okay, when he said this, I don't know if he actually made a projection. Republicans take Virginia. But we're going to have to see. I might project this race, but probably not yet, because who knows if the rest of the votes are going to turn this race around. So, we'll check the news right now. Alright, it was the Day of the Dead. Okay, Virginia, what was it? Virginia election. Videos. Alright, no, but this is some news to say. Virginia has a majority of voters disapprove Biden. That's basically saying that those voters who are disapproving Biden will vote against McAuliffe. Because Biden was basically campaigning for McAuliffe, and that was going to hurt him. I told you before, I'm pretty sure I told you. And McAuliffe will, I think his nickname was Blackface, I'm not sure. He can't just rely on calling Youngkin Trump. I mean that's basically Democrat strategies. But who knows what's gonna happen? And if I believe this will be the map if Youngkin ran for president. Who knows? Even a leading Republican in Georgia. And now let's go to the 2022 midterms map. I do think Republicans will win massively in the House and Senate. I will quickly fill this map in. Save Republican states, save Democrat states. Either are going to be safe. Probably Connecticut, maybe. I do think it'll maybe be a likely margin. So we have likely Alaska, likely Iowa, likely Ohio, likely Florida. Possibly even a state, but I won't put in the likely. Now, like a Democrat, Colorado, Connecticut, Hawaii, that's a safe. And yeah, now leading Republican states, North Carolina, and even I think Walker would win the +1. I do think that would be +1 Walker, which is a leading. Wisconsin probably. Now Democrats, they have a leading margin. That's if Sununu doesn't run. Tilts, Republican states, Arizona and Pennsylvania, possibly even Nevada. But Nevada, I do think Cortez Masto will win. So this is the 2022 midterms map. I do think that will happen, maybe. Alright, so now this race is tightening. It is tightening. Who knows? Hey, I'm reducing my chance of victory to 80% now. 80% for Youngkin. Now let's look at the margins right now. 52 minus 47.3. That's a 4.7 Youngkin victory. So don't get confident yet. you sure shouldn't get confident yet. It is getting tighter and tighter. We're going to have to see. This election is going to really come down to wire. We're really going to have to see what happens. Let's go to NBC News. So early mail-in ballots are really coming in. Refresh. Only 7% in. That is not good. That is not good for them Republicans. Estimated remaining 436,000. This is too close to call. I do think it could go pretty much either way. I do think it will be 70% chance or 69% chance for Youngkin. But 69% chance is still a little. Predicted has at 97 cents. Democrats at 5 cents. I do think 69% Youngkin is a reasonable rate. Nova's looking pretty good for Republicans. But I do think Republicans have the slight edge. I do think Youngkin will win at the end of the day, but I do think it will be a tilt margin. I do not think it will be above 1 point. No, I think I'm changing my forecast. I don't think so. So, we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens. We're gonna have to wait for more votes, and yeah. So while we wait, I'm gonna go to predict it and go to the markets. So let's go to Biden's approval. All right, what will Joe Biden's 538 approval be for November 13? Majority say 42.6 to 42.8. Real Clear Politics. Let's check here. Alright. Real Clear Politics has it approved on November 15. Majority say 43 to 43.2. Of course, that is underwater. It's going to be underwater most probably. Donald Trump is up in the presidential winner against Joe Biden. I do think that is pretty much possible. DeSantis is another candidate basically that can replace Trump if he doesn't run. He probably most will run. There are 4 people watching. Kind of got 2 tests tomorrow, but I guess I'm prepared for that anyways. But we're just gonna see what happens. Who knows how long we're gonna stay? But this race could go either way. Who knows? I could agree with you if you could see McAuliffe win, but I do think, in my opinion, Youngkin will win. So right now, just to make it clear, I'm going to go to the governor's map and show the victory. Youngkin is leading with a lean margin right now with like 4.9%. Now, New Jersey, let me calculate that. Actually, I'll just use my head. I believe that's 3.2, which is a leaning for the Republicans as well. So this is where the race stands for both candidates. Leading Republican for both. So that's 50% of the estimated vote in. So Charlie is leading in 50% of the vote in. He's doing way better than Trump. Pretty sure. But we still got a lot of more vote, of course, pretty sure. And yeah, we have 4 people watching. And yeah, I mean, we have to wait, of course. Updates, no new updates. Update 3 minutes ago. I don't know what to really do right now. I mean, we're waiting for more votes, and, you know, well, all we can do is just basically wait. Let's see how long it's been. We started streaming more than an hour ago, like an hour and 30 minutes ago. So yeah, new Virginia election. Alright, so let's watch this video and I'll explain it. Race for governor becomes a toss-up. This is during election day. Alright, let's see how it goes.
We'll kick it off with Steve Kornacki, of course, a familiar face on an election day. And we'll kick it off with Steve Kornacki.
Alright, Fox News poll is dramatically shifted from McCall's favor to Youngkin's favor.
Kornacki, of course, a familiar face on an election day. NBC News political correspondent. And he is with us at the big board. Steve, good morning. So, of course, this marquee contest on a busy election day is the race for Virginia governor. What do we know from the polls right now?
Yeah, polls say this thing is coming right down to the wire. Glenn Youngkin, the Republican, against Terry McAuliffe, the Democrat. The poll average actually has Youngkin up by a very, very small amount coming in today. Basically means this is a dead even race, but Glenn Youngkin does have a shot. The Republicans have a shot, and this is notable in a state that Joe Biden won by 10 points last year. This wasn't just a Biden win, this was a double-digit Biden win. What are we going to be looking for as the results come in tonight? About 7 o'clock Eastern, by the way.
Over
we
here,
expect a lot
mainly,
of votes to start coming in right
doesn't really matter, and
now.
over here, and
a
over
couple
here.
things I'm going to be looking at tonight. Number one, right here, circling these blue counties,
Over here,
right outside
and over
Washington,
here,
D.C., Northern Virginia. This is the population center, really, of Virginia. A lot of people here. There's been a long-term trend in this area away from the Republicans toward the Democrats, but during Donald Trump's presidency, that trend accelerated. Democrats drove up massive margins in this part of the state. It's why Biden was able to win so comfortably. So one thing we're going to be looking for when those results come in tonight, here's the question. Has Glenn Youngkin, have the Republicans been able to win back a critical number of the
Yeah, that is
suburban
true.
voters
They need to.
they gave up during Donald Trump's presidency? I'll give you an example. You were just playing there, Youngkin at that rally in Loudoun County last night.
Yeah, look how much it's voting. It voted for Biden back then. Now look at the numbers, in Loudoun right now. Okay, 88% voted. Let me calculate that. All right, 51.7. 51.7 minus 47.6. A 4.1 Youngkin lead. So that's not very good. But I do think this race would come down to wire. I do not think Youngkin will win more than 1 point. It's coming more closer, and probably just Democrat counties are left to count. And who knows, maybe mail-in ballots. Let me go here to the Virginia election. Too close to call. Stafford, it looks like Youngkin will win that and flip that county. Loudoun, 95% in. Fairfax, 94.9% in. Prince William, 60.5% in. Arlington is nearly in percent in. And Alexandria, nearly fully in. Let me go to numbers in 2020. So there's some more votes left in Arlington County. But will it be enough for Biden to win? I mean, for McAuliffe to win in Virginia? We're going to have to see. Let's check the rest of the votes. Okay, so there's 399,000 more votes left. Youngkin has nearly 130,000 victory. Lead. We're gonna have to see if he can withstand all the Democrat forces and waves gonna come at him. Let me continue that video.
Campaign. He closed his campaign in Northern Virginia in a county that Joe Biden won by 25 points last year. Take a look at what Loudoun County looked like before Donald Trump came along. This is back in 2012. It was a swing county. Mitt Romney, the Republican, came within 4 points of winning Loudoun County. Donald Trump comes along, Republicans now losing Loudoun County by 25 points. Can Glenn Youngkin, can Republicans make inroads in Loudoun and in Northern Virginia? And the other key thing we're going to be looking for tonight is, it is true that in the big population hubs, Northern Virginia, Richmond suburbs, Democrats made the big gains in the Trump era. But Southwest Virginia, Shenandoah Valley, there are parts of Virginia where Republicans actually did make gains during Donald Trump's presidency. Counties where Trump was doing 20, 30, even in some cases 40 points better than Mitt Romney did back in 2012. The other question is, when you look at rural Southwest Virginia, has Glenn Youngkin managed to keep those Trump levels of support? Because that's what Republicans need to pull this off. They need to maintain the support that Trump gained in rural Virginia, and they need to win back. So they're under no illusions. They don't.
So let me talk about this. They need to have Trump's base, which they are basically having right now, and they need to do better in Nova. McLaughlin speech before we saw that what we have. AT vote out. We're gonna continue. I mean, I heard this guy in commenting, and he said that there was this guy, this person knocked on his apartment door and told him, "Did you vote twice? Like, did you vote once and did you vote twice or whatever?" So, yeah. Let me continue the video.
I don't think they're going to win them all back, but they need to win back enough suburban voters in Northern Virginia. That's how a Republican could win back Virginia. We'll find out if Glenn Youngkin did it.
Certainly will. A lot to watch for tonight. You're going to have a late night.
You got it. I'm looking forward to it.
We'll be getting our updates from you. Steve Kornacki, as always, thank you for kicking us off on an election day.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching our YouTube.
So it's becoming more tighter. It's becoming more tighter. It is becoming more tighter. Alright, let's see this. What's happening here?
For who you are and what you want.
I want to talk to my doctor.
Fresh internet.
So I don't have to listen to the internet anymore.
Laughter isn't the best.
Alright, okay, we have 4 people watching. Please subscribe and subscribe to my other channel. It is really helpful. Getting a little tired, but hopefully I can stay until the projection. Alright, so Republicans went a little down in Virginia's gubernatorial race, but so looking at these numbers, it's pretty much impossible for Democrats to win. But, you know, it could go either way. Still 88% voted. The lieutenant and attorney general is really coming down. Pretty much very close. New Jersey, 52% in. So Charlie leads with a bigger margin, I'm pretty sure. But it's too early to call. Let me see if Let's Talk on Elections made a projection. Okay, I didn't make any projections yet. Let's check if Red Eagle made a projection.
9.5 to 0.5.
Let's see what happens.
Decision Desk in New York Times and Bergen County flip with the vote totals. Yeah, see, that's a problem. That's a problem. And we saw this earlier. Like Princess Blanding was almost winning the county.
I don't think he made a projection. Let's talk elections. Let's see if he made one. Virginia. Wasn't he live? Pretty sure he was live. Wait, what? Did he actually close this prediction? Let me check. Alright, okay, there. Wait, so did he actually stop?
The 63rd district. And in many of them, I don't see Democratic victories. I don't see Democratic victories at all. I don't. Oh, Fairfax is 80% in, so they should make a call at this point. No point in continuing to draw this out at all.
Let me check if he made
consideration that this is going to be a loss. Let's see, Morris County. So it looks like the GOP has actually taken over the Democrats in the state of New Jersey, but I don't think that is a major indicator of much. You haven't seen a lot of these counties with very large populations come in yet. So, like Burlington or Mercer County, neither of the two have released results.
Let me check if he made a projection.
And they aren't going to make the call though yet. Here's the governor. Consideration that this is going to be a loss. Let's see, Morris County had Biden ahead of thought for consideration that this is going to be a loss. Let's see, Morris County had Biden ahead, has Chattarelli ahead, but only 3% in. Display of Republican surge and Republican support. And all in all, a red wave might be coming at this point in time. And this is the first true sign, just as 27. Very huge election results, huge implications. We will all discuss this over the next coming weeks. So much to unpack here for the Democrats and the Republicans. I think that the Democratic Party should take this as my final point of understanding what happened here. Is that they should take this as saying, you can't win on this strategy of just trying to tie Republicans to Trump. This is clearly not working. And the issue of education is something that the Democrats seem to be really falling behind the GOP in terms of defending it, in terms of the social issue. It is very clear where these people stand on a number of issues, and the Democrats haven't tapped into it the way that they very pivotal state. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all in another video.
Okay, I think he thinks that Glenn Youngkin will win. In my opinion, I think it's a little early. But with 88% voting, 4.1 isn't a bad margin though. I think Youngkin would win, but I'm still going to wait a little. Okay, let me see if anyone besides him projected. I don't know if he projected, but we'll see. Youngkin wins Virginia. Alright, so BuzzFeed News is projecting that Glenn Youngkin will win Virginia. Glenn Youngkin is projected to win Virginia's gubernatorial race. Let me check if the New York Times didn't project this race yet. I could understand why they haven't. But now it's 89% of the vote, and it's clearly looking like Youngkin will win. And this is a very bad sign for Democrats. It is a very bad sign. CNN didn't project it. Let me check if NBC News projected it. NBC News still has it at too close to call. So let me check if other people are closing their election night. So I guess he projected Youngkin wins Virginia. I'm not going to make that projection yet, maybe soon, but I don't think I can make that actual projection right now. Probably if Youngkin still leads with 4 points at 90% in, I would probably make that projection, but we're going to have to wait and see. We still got some more votes, but not a lot. It'll be very embarrassing for McAuliffe if he loses. So as the video said, it doesn't matter. Like, Democrats shouldn't use Trump as their strategy to win. Trump is getting more popular as Trump comes back. Let me check if that is true. Yeah, RCP Trump approval or favorable rating. Favorable. He is -10 as of right now. He has a 42% approval, which is better from where he was before. And now it's starting to go back up. Before it was heavily down, heavily down. Now we see it really coming up, down a little, if I could say. And it's kind of near Biden, which is a bad sign for Democrats. Yeah. I think this race will go for Republicans, but I will not make a projection right now. Let me check if elections predictions official has it. Oh no, he doesn't. He said McAuliffe will win by like 1.9. Don't think that's gonna happen. But we're gonna have to wait. Darren McAuliffe did not concede defeat. Will not be speaking again tonight. So McAuliffe knows he's gonna lose. So they basically made a brief remark that his aide said that he won't win. I think I might get ready to make a projection, but we're going to wait a little more and see what happens. Just maybe a little more. Governor. Alright, things are going good for Republicans. I don't know how many times I've been saying that. My percent chances. Okay, let me go back to that video. 4 people are watching. No, 5 people. Thank you. 92% chance. Young kid victory. Once that hits 95%, I'll probably project that. Okay, let's watch this video. We're basically waiting. 4 more votes to come. Let's see.
Also, lots of local races we are keeping an eye on, and results are slowly starting to trickle in.
Let's check back with CBS News Elections and Surveys Director Anthony Salvanto. Hey there, Anthony. All right, so let's start with the gubernatorial contest in Virginia. What is the very latest?
Let me show everybody straight from the decision desk. You talked about that early edge and what's been counted.
Oh no, this is before. Let's see. Is there any new updates? Okay, it's taking a little time for 90% voted. Now when it's 90% voted, we kind of know what's gonna happen. Hopefully I'm right, and hopefully it's a tilt margin. I mean, of course, it would be good if it's a lean, but my prediction would be right if it was. Anyways, Trump praised Biden administration. Okay, he doesn't have an election night. Let me check if Red Eagle had made any projections right now.
USA chapters, but they're a bit cringe. Is there any alternative club I should reach out to? You could try reaching out to APU, but there's no chapters.
Can we subscribe? Okay, let me see.
The Fairfax count is going backwards. What is it? It's at 99. It was always like 99 or 100s.
Oh.
The way that it's been, so. You're just gonna have to. You're gonna have to see a surge out of Essex that we just aren't anticipating. DJ Aftershocks' LTE isn't even streaming anymore. I wonder why. Well, I mean, if you have an audience of Dem individuals and you're having a bad night, you probably don't want to stream the whole thing.
Oh, Virginia is 91%, and I looked at that. Oh yeah, Young Kid might win. Okay, now looking. So Vertigo didn't make a projection yet, alright? So I think I can get ready to do a projection. But based on, let me check NBC News, CNN. So they haven't called it yet. New York Times hasn't called it yet. Or, okay, let me check NBC News. They haven't called the race yet. They have it at, can we refresh? They still have it at 89%. I do think it will probably drop. Increase, of course. But Logan everywhere around Alexandria, it's probably maxing out in their votes. I think Glenn Youngkin would win. Looking at the victory number, let me calculate. I think that's 3.9. Let me check. 51.6 minus 47.7. Okay, now it dropped to 3.9. It dropped to a 3.9 Youngkin lead. So if Youngkin were to lead, it would probably come down to a tilt. It would probably come down to a tilt for sure. So yeah. With 91% voting, Youngkin leads at 3.9. 3.9. So yeah. Now we'll predict it. Still basically the same. Republicans actually have 22 cents for winning. New Jersey. Let me go to New Jersey. They are leading. I doubt they would win. It's 54% of the expected vote. Not many votes are casted like in Newark, New Jersey City. But mainly in Republican areas, votes are being cast. So yeah. We still have got a lot of votes left to go. Okay, let me look on the Boston election results. Boston 2021 election. New York Times. Mitchell will look like she's gonna win. Oh, she concedes. Yeah. The Mitchell will win. I'm projecting that Mitchell will win Boston mayor election. Alright, so that's another projection. Pretty sure. So yeah, I do think Youngkin will win, but I will hold this projection for now. We'll see what happens at the end. Alright, I'll be right back after a short break, maybe walking a little or something, and I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. Youngkin is looking like he will win. He surely does. For viewers, thank you so much. And if he maintains his lead in the next update, I'll probably will call this race. But we're gonna see what happens. Attorney General, maybe they'll go Republican. Same with the Lieutenant Governor, but we're gonna have to see. I feel like some news network is gonna call their projection for Virginia shortly. Youngkin is looking like he will win. I could see that. There's 276,000 votes left. And Youngkin just needs a sum of it to win. I do think that's very possible. So one more update, then I'll probably project this race. 91% reported. So we're gonna have to see what happens. But probably Youngkin victory, but just to be on the safe side, I'm gonna wait just a little bit more. Maybe the next step. It's next update. But let's see what happens at 92% in. That's what I was anticipating a little. And yeah. Betting odds are looking like Youngkin will win. I do think Youngkin will win actually, but let's see what happens. Let me check on the New Jersey governor race. With 57% of the vote in, you could project a race. I might. I mean, I doubt he would win it. I doubt Jackson Pinaro, however you pronounce that, will win the race. Still 91% in. Where's that? Yeah, even in some Republican areas, it's still not even done counting. So actually, I am making a projection that Glenn Youngkin will be elected the governor and next governor of Virginia. This will be again for Republicans. It's been a long night, and I am projecting Glenn Youngkin to win this race. Now my prediction is going to be around 1 point, but it was to 0.1, so I'll do 0.9. If I could, I'd probably put, when I wake up, probably 1 or some point, something like that. So 0 to 1 Youngkin, that was my prediction. Who knows if that will be right. If it's 1 point, I guess that is still right. So yeah, there you have it. That is my projection. Youngkin wins Virginia. And yeah, thank you for everyone who was staying with me tonight. And this race was truly incredible. If you go to 2021, rest of the votes are mainly from Nova and other places. I do think Youngkin will win this race. And basically, the thing we can learn about this is Democrats are going to crash. I do not think they would win, certainly, but they could, but I doubt it. So yeah, I am making this projection that Glenn Youngkin will win Virginia's governor race. For New Jersey, just for the sake I'm going to sleep now, I am projecting this race will go Phil Murphy. These are just the Republican votes that are being cast right now. It is an immature call, but this race is clearly favored for Murphy. I am making this projection. That Phil Murphy will win New Jersey's governor race. So there you have it, guys. The election. And I'll see you guys in my next video. And yeah, the momentum is growing, and I expect Republicans to do very good in 2022. And thank you, and bye. Okay, how do I get this thing? Oh, stop stream.